Navigating change with Who Moved My Cheese. Intro music fades in and out, slightly whimsical, then thoughtful. Scene. Simple, clean background. Narrator stands calmly. Narrator. Life is a maze, and sometimes the things we rely on, our cheese, can disappear. This simple truth is at the heart of Dr. Spencer Johnson's timeless story, Who Moved My Cheese? It's a parable about how we deal with change, featuring 4 memorable characters, 2 mice, Sniff and Scurry, and 2 little people, Hem and Haw. Scene. Animation showing a simple maze with 4 distinct characters, 2 small mouse-like, 2 small human-like, initially happy around a large block of cheese. Narrator. All 4 lived happily in the maze, enjoying their abundant cheese station C. They built routines around it, felt secure, and believed their cheese would last forever. Sniff, with his ability to sniff out change early, and Scurry, ready to scurry into action, noticed the cheese supply dwindling. Hem and Haw, however, settled into complacency, ignoring the signs. Scene. Animation showing the cheese block getting smaller. Sniff and Scurry look concerned, while Hem and Haw are relaxed. Narrator. One morning, the cheese was gone. Sniff and Scurry weren't surprised. They didn't overanalyze. They simply put on their running shoes and immediately set off into the maze to search for new cheese. Their strategy was simple: detect change quickly and move. Scene. Animation showing Sniff and Scurry in running shoes, quickly leaving the empty station and heading into the maze. Narrator. Hem and Haw were shocked and angry. They felt entitled to the cheese. Hem became paralyzed by fear, complaining and denying the reality. Haw, though initially resistant like Hem, eventually realized that dwelling on the past wouldn't bring the cheese back. He began to understand that his fear was holding him prisoner. Scene. Animation showing Hem and Haw standing by the empty station looking upset. Hem is stomping his foot. Haw is looking thoughtful, but hesitant. Narrator. Haw eventually decided to leave the empty station and venture into the maze, despite his fear. He started with small steps, writing observations on the walls, like, "If you do not change, you can become extinct." He learned to laugh at himself and his fears, realizing the situation wasn't as scary as he'd imagined. Scene. Animation showing Haw tentatively entering the maze, writing on a wall. As he moves forward, his posture becomes slightly more confident. Narrator. Haw faced setbacks but kept moving, adapting his search as he went. He wrote more lessons. Smell the cheese. Often so you know when it is getting old, and when you move beyond your fear you feel free. He realized that searching was better than waiting, and that the belief in finding new cheese energized him. Scene. Animation showing Haw exploring different parts of the maze, encountering small challenges but moving past them. He finds small crumbs of cheese, gaining encouragement. Narrator. Eventually, Haw found a new, even larger supply of cheese at Cheese Station N. Sniff and Scurry were already there, having arrived much earlier through their quick action. Haw reflected on his journey, understanding that the fear of change is often worse than the change itself. Scene. Animation showing Haw arriving at a large new cheese station where Sniff and Scurry are happily eating. The new station looks slightly different or better than the old one. Narrator. The story of Who Moved My Cheese teaches us that change is inevitable. We can be like Sniff and Scurry, anticipating change and acting quickly. Or we can be like Hem, resisting and suffering. Or we can be like Haw, who learns to overcome fear, adapt, and find new opportunities. Scene. Narrator looks directly at the camera. Narrator. How will you respond when your cheese moves? This simple story offers profound wisdom for navigating the constant changes in our work and lives. Outro music swells. Actionable steps from Who Moved My Cheese? Based on the behaviors and lessons in the book, here are concrete steps for dealing with change. Anticipate change. Be like Sniff. Regularly smell the cheese to notice when things are getting old or supplies are dwindling. Don't wait for a crisis. Monitor the environment. Pay attention to trends, shifts in your industry, changes in your company, or shifts in relationships. Stay aware. Be ready to act quickly. Like scurry, have your running shoes ready. Be prepared to move and adapt without extensive deliberation once change is detected. Don't deny or resist change. Avoid Hem's reaction. Acknowledge that change has happened or is happening, even if it's unwelcome. Resistance wastes energy. Move beyond fear. Recognize that fear of the unknown is normal, but can be paralyzing. Understand that often, the reality of change is less frightening than the imagined fear. Take small steps. If a big move feels too